Hi everyone, my name is Cassidy and I'm a music therapist here at Able Arts Work. Today I have a really fun activity prepared for you. We are going to be learning how to make DIY at-home kazoos out of stuff that you probably just have laying around your house. In today's activity, we will mostly be working on increasing sensory motor integration and perceptual motor skills. For this project, you are going to need a cardboard roll of some sort. You could use a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll, or I even have this like really thick cardboard dowel, which might be a little harder to use because we are going to punch holes in them, but something like this could work as well. And then you're also going to need some rubber bands. I have these little tiny ones, but any size rubber band should do. You're gonna need some scissors, a pen or a pencil, something to poke a hole into your tube. And then you're also gonna need a piece of wax or parchment paper. And without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. So the very first thing that you wanna do is get your piece of wax paper. Mine is about this big, and I'm going to actually make it smaller and cut it in half. So now I have two small pieces of wax paper, one for each tube. You only need one if you're only making one kazoo, but I'm going to be making two, so I have two pieces. So now what you're gonna do is take a piece of wax paper, take your cardboard tube, and you're going to put the wax paper on the end of the tube and just cover one of the ends. Once you have that on there, you're gonna take one of your rubber bands and put it over the top to make sure that everything is nice and secure. If you have a big rubber band, you can bend it and loop it over twice, but I have these little tiny rubber bands, so I'm going to use two just to make sure everything is nice and secure. Then what you're gonna wanna do is take your pen or your pencil or whatever you're gonna use to poke a hole with. You're going to look on your tube. This is a smaller tube, right? Because it's a toilet paper tube, so it's pretty small. So I would recommend doing one or two holes. I am just gonna do one, and what you're gonna do is find a good space, and then you have to be really careful with this because you don't wanna poke yourself. So I'm gonna hold the end and then just boop, poke a hole right through. And now your kazoo is pretty much done. If you want, you can decorate it with some paint or some stickers, some markers, colored pencils, whatever you have. But, I mean, for the most part, your instrument is done and you can play it like this. A kazoo. All right, now I'm gonna show you how to do it with the slightly bigger paper towel roll. Now the process is exactly the same. So what I'm gonna do, step one, take my wax paper, take my tube, and I'm just gonna cover one end with the paper. Once you have one end covered, you're gonna grab your rubber bands, make sure that the end is nice and sealed off. I'm gonna grab a second rubber band just to make sure that it's extra secure. Throw that on there. And we're good to go, look at that. Now this is a longer one, so I'm actually gonna put 3 holes on this kazoo. So let's say right here is a good spot. 1, I'm gonna go down a little bit. This is a little difficult sometimes. 2. And 3. So now you see I also did 3 completely different size holes, and that's totally fine. I have like a medium, a really big one, and then a really tiny one. You can do whatever size holes that you prefer. It doesn't really matter in the end, as long as there's just some holes for some of the air to come out. And then let's test it out. Perfect. So like I said, remember you can paint this, color it, put some stickers on it, however you'd like to decorate it. But with that, your kazoo is done. So I just decorated my kazoos. This one, I just threw some flower stickers that I had laying around. And then this one, I went with kind of a music theme, and I just drew some music notes and a little flower on it. So like I said, you can decorate it however you want. It is totally up to you. You have the freedom to do whatever it is that you like. It's your kazoo. So in order to play your kazoo, what you're gonna do is sing into the kazoo. So what I did just now is I said doo 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 doo. That's all I do in the kazoo. I just go doo 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 doo, doo doo doo, and it plays. All you have to do, sing into your kazoo. Let's try out the big one. Exactly the same. I wanted it to say do 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 do. That's exactly what I sang into it, and that's what came out. I hope that you enjoy making and playing your kazoo, and I'll see you next time with some activity ideas of some songs that you can play with these kazoos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.